Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So we'll chant Mangala Charan also. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaita Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsya Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripas Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. Thank you all once again for giving me this opportunity to discuss something about the Lord and His devotees. And I would request prayers from all the devotees assembled here so that I can speak something about the Lord and the devotion and the devotees and purify myself. As we already all the time discussed, the Bhagavatam classes are like daily reminders for all of us to know what is our actual position. That is, we all are part and parcels of the Lord, and we are meant to serve the Lord all the time. But somehow or the other, we are became little envious of the Lord and want to enjoy apart from the Lord. And the Lord sent us here to falsely enjoy in this material world. Now we got to know the goal of life. We got to know what is the purpose of life. That I am a part and parcel of Krishna, and I want to go back to Krishna and serve Him eternally. And understood the theoretical, at least, the what is the actual goal of life. And anyone who comes into ISKCON, everyone gets to know who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Krishna, and what is the goal of life, who are we, everything they knows. Theoretically. The next process, how to go back to Godhead? By purification of the heart. So now our heart has become completely impure with the material desires and attachments in this world. That process, the purification. Then how the purification starts? How the purification will go on in the hearts of a conditioned living entity. So Srimad Bhagavatam says, is a famous shloka, everyone knows. Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtanaha Ridyanteha Stuhi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suhrit Satam. So when one starts hearing the messages of the Lord, Lord personally starts clearing the heart of a conditioned souls. So when we hear about the message of the Lord, we will be purified. So I heard in one of the class, one senior devotee was mentioning, when we hear about the Lord, our heart becomes purified. Very nice. But when we hear about the pure devotees of the Lord, we will become double purified with 2x speed. So we would like to take one more opportunity today here. So discuss one of the pure devotees of the Lord, Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur. So tomorrow being his Avirbhav Dinotsav appearance day in this material world. I don't know much, but somehow hearing few lectures, got some pastimes of this great personality. And many pastimes already, all of us know this. But it's good all the time to repeat the same thing again and again so that it goes into our ears and learn great lessons from these great personalities and purify oneself. So we'll go a little back to flashback. So when Krishna came into this material world to reclaim all of us back to his eternal abode, simultaneously he enjoyed various pastimes with his devotees. But some point of time he got it out what these devotees are relishing, that I'm not able to relish. So he wants to see when the Lord reciprocates with the devotees, what is the bliss a devotee enjoys. So Krishna also wants to enjoy. Krishna also wants to experience this bliss. What is that? So he wants to experience the bliss of Radharani and all the topmost devotees. So Krishna, for fulfilling his devotional experience, he came in this material world as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And simultaneously, he also wants to spread this message of devotional service, love of Godhead, far and wide. But this fruit of love of Godhead is so tasty, so nectarian, so juicy, that Lord had hardly any time to spread this knowledge or distribute this love of Godhead. So what Mahaprabhu did? So he empowered all the 6 Goswamis to spread this knowledge of love of God all over the world. If Goswamis were not there, certainly Mahaprabhu would have relished this love of God very nicely. But if Goswamis wouldn't have been there, we couldn't have get the information what this relishment of love of God it is. So he empowered all the Goswamis, like we have Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and many other devotees like Bhugarbha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, Prabodhananda Saraswati. He empowered all these great personalities to preach. So all these great personalities helped Mahaprabhu in writing all this knowledge or the experience of love of Godhead in the form of books. And these Goswamis, or the pure devotees of the Lord, associates of the Lord, also established many pastime places of the Lord in Vrindavan, Mayapur, and installed many deities for the people around to come and enrich themselves with the devotional practices. And after them, the Jiva Goswami was the one who pushed on this movement of Hare Krishna through his Siksha disciples, especially Shyamananda Pandit, Srinivasacharya, and Narottam Das Tagore. And all these great personalities have written hundreds and hundreds of books. And at that time, there was no soft copies, no Adobe Acrobat or PDF, no Xerox copy, nothing was there. Then what was the process? How do they make the books? So the process is like this. So they used to take the natural dyes from the tree, from the herbs. So they have to take the bark from the tree, make it into a paper, and take an instrument, proper instrument to write it down. And if they want some copy of Srimad Bhagavatam, they would do this voluminous labor again and again and write 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam without any mistake. If any mistake is done, gone. Again one has to write again. So now we have wonderful laptops, etc. If something is gone wrong, we can edit it. That's not possible at that time. So if copy of Srimad Bhagavatam was done, and if you want one more copy, the same process, it should be done again and again and again. And this was done by all these great acharyas. And especially this Trayo has written thousands and thousands of copies like this of Srimad Bhagavatam and various other scriptures. And in our Gaudi Sampradaya line, in the pastimes of all the great acharyas, so there was always a period of gloomy, cloudy shade, and also the bright sunshine. What is this gloomy cloud shade? So in the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which was given, so these were empowered or caught up with ulterior motives and mixing of various other interpretations, misinterpretations in the original teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And finally, they will spoil the efforts of all these great acharyas. And when this would happen, some acharya would come, some bright sunshine will come again, and they'll recorrect the messages of Lord Chaitanya very nicely. And again, once again, this gloomy cloud shade would come again. Again, these great acharyas would come. So this happened number of times, again and again, in our sampradaya, in our line. So there was, and after this period, as we discussed, so when Mahaprabhu came, then Rupa Goswami, all the Goswamis. So after the Goswamis, finally the Jeev Goswami, so pushed on this movement. And after Goswami, all these three trio who are there, Shyamananda Pandit, Narottam Das Tagore, and Srinivas Acharya, they pushed on the book distribution and the movement forward. So after them came Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So after this trio, so once again this gloomy cloud came once again. Misinterpretation of the message of Mahaprabhu. So to reclaim back in a proper way, then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur came. And he once again, he did so, again reclaimed the actual message of Mahaprabhu. And later following him, Baladev Vidyabhushan came. So in this way, fall and up, this would happen number of times in our sampradaya. So after these great personalities, once again went back our teachings into the lower stage, misinterpretations, giving various misinterpretation knowledge of our teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And then came Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So during the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there were number of Sahajiyas, and there were given 13 different Apasampradayas which were there. So one of them is like a Jati Gosai. So this was one category of Apasampradaya. So what these people claim, so if a man should be named as a Brahmana or claimed as a Brahmana, he should be born of a Brahmana, even though he don't have any other qualities. But this is not the case what Lord Krishna has given. So Lord Krishna told, Guna Karma Vibhagasaha. So depend on the quality of a person, which depends, and what are the work he has done. According to him, the quality, the name has to be given, either Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So Srila Prabhupada famously tells this example. So one cannot become a high court judge because his father is a high court judge. No, he should get that qualification to become a high court judge. But this is not the case here. So one of the Apasampradaya is like this, Jati Gosai. If one wants to become a Brahmana, he should be born of a Brahmana, even without having any quality. Another sect is like Saki Beki. So these people are the ones who, they wear, even male also, wear saris, put long hair. They act in the form of a gopis as if they were the eternal associates of the Lord. And they do all this nonsense, as if they are the acharyas and they are the gopis in the Goloka Vrindavan. So in this way, they do all the nonsense stuffs. And there are other categories like owl, the bowl, and various others. So at that time, there were no true Vaishnavas. They were few, but they were completely incognito. They used to they do their own bhajan, not come out and preach. And all those people who were popular as the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were all the deviants, at that time. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur would cut through all these people, Apasampradayas, and establish our Gaudiya Siddhanta very nicely. So from then, the process started once again, reclaiming the actual teachings of Mahaprabhu from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And at that time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was alone. He was alone. So he's telling he's not able to do much. So what Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to do, every single day, he used to go in front of the deities, cry and beg in front of them. Please send some of your associates. I don't want incarnation. Just send one of your ray of Vishnu. Please send. So that he will help me in preaching this moment of Krishna consciousness. And then comes our dear Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur. Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur ki jai. So Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur was born on 6th February 1874, 3:30 p.m. exactly. In month called Magha Mas, that is tomorrow. In Gaudiya language, it's called Govinda Mas. On the tithi called Panchami in Jagannath Puri. So his mother name is Bhagavati Devi Dasi. And Gaur Ganodeshika Deepika says that Bhaktisiddhant says Thakur, so he is a Nayana Manjari in the spiritual world. So he is the servant of, personal servant of Srimati Radharani, who came into this material world for all of us. And his astrological was very wonderful. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur could understand he is not a normal personality. He is some liberated soul. So his astrological chart would go in this way. So his Ketu would be in 12th place, 12th house. I don't know much about astrology. I just, whatever I heard, I just putting forward. So Ketu is in 12th place, it seems. So this means that the person who was born is a liberated soul. He's a liberated soul. And he was born with the umbilical cord. So just like how Brahmanas wear the thread around their neck. So Srila Bhaktisiddhant says Thakur, she was born with umbilical cord. So astrologically it says whoever born with this umbilical cord, they will be a great personality in the future, very empowered personality. And there are a few signs on the body, on the palms of Saraswati Thakur and also on the soul of Saraswati Thakur, which indicates is one of the associates of the Lord. And our Bhaktivinoda Thakur would understand this very easily. So he's not a normal personality, he's some liberated personality. And this Bhaktisiddhant Thakur was named as Bimal Prasad, as we know. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to pray for Jagannath to please send your Prasad. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur thought this is a Prasad of Bimala Devi. So whatever Prasad is offered to Jagannath, it would directly go to Bimala Devi and then comes to all the other devotees. So in this mood, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur named this baby as Bimal Prasad. And some of them used to nicely call him as Bimmu, Bimal, in these various ways. So there were wonderful pastimes in his childhood. So in July, so when generally Rath Yatra happens, so Bimal Prasad was born in February. So I think immediately 6 months after 6 months immediately. So when Jagannath Rath Yatra happens, anyone been here? Jagannath Rath Yatra? Jai Jai, all Jagannath Puri devotees. I also want to one day, if you pray one day. So this Jagannath Rath Yatra started. And so Bhaktivinoda Thakur house is near to Jagannath Puri Mandir, Sri Mandir, very near. So a couple of years back, few of us got the opportunity to stay in the place where Bhaktivinoda Thakur stayed. We went to Brahmachari Yatra. So there Rath Yatra was moving, Rath was moving of Jagannath and stopped just in front of the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. And this is the wonderful pastimes of Jagannath. So whenever he wants, he will stop. Whenever he wants, he will move. This everyone knows. And devotees used to take this wonderful opportunity. So when Rath stops, so they would climb the Rath and hug the Jagannath very nicely. This is the opportunity they will take and do wonderful bhajans for the pleasure of Jagannath. And there was a new king at that point of time. So he was telling everything should be going properly in everything very nicely. So what he did, he employed many elephants, front, back, everywhere for the Rath to move. So all the elephants are trying their best to move the Rath, but it's not moving at all. For many days he tried. So later, after some time, so in the dream of this king, Jagannath would come and chastise him. You don't interfere in my business. I will move when I want. Then this king, newly appointed king, so he just removed all the elephants, vagera. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to see this. So for 3 days and 3 nights, Ratha was stopped. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur thought, oh, my baby was born, Bimal Prasad, so let me take him to the Jagannath Rath and give him blessings. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur would take Bimal Prasad, small baby Bimu, to Jagannath Rath, and he went to the top of near the Lord Jagannath feet. And as a small baby, he's trying to touch the feet of Jagannath, small baby Bimal Prasad. And at the point of time, so the garland from Jagannath would fall on directly, exactly on the neck of Bimal Prasad. So, and then after this, so taking baby back, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will offer the obeisance to Jagannath and come back to his house. And then Jagannath starts moving. So this says that Jagannath wants to take darshan or want to see his Lord, his ray of Vishnu, his one. So in this way, so after this, the Jagannath Rath moves forward. And there is a beautiful pastime. And in Annaprasan later the starts, Annaprasan starts. So everyone knows this Annaprasan event. So they will cook various things in front of the baby. And whichever the baby moves forward and touches. So it means that this baby has such inclination towards it. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very intelligent. He kept money, various stuffs, just very close to Bhaktisiddhant Thakur around. And at some very little far away, he kept Bhagavatam. And Bimal Prasad, without saying anything, joyously went to Bhagavatam and hugged Bhagavatam very nicely. Then everyone understood. He is a great personality. He wants a religious Bhagavatam. And these days we have extra enthusiastic devotee parents. So what they do, they not keep only Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Padma Puran, this Puran, Brahma Samhita, everything in front of the baby, and they'll keep money somewhere far away. And they'll try to, whenever they catch, oh my baby, when they catches Brahma Samhita, oh my baby will come Brahma, 400 Brahma in future life. So this is the wonderful pastime of Annaprasan, of this little Bimu. And we know the famous pastime of mango. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur kept mango on the table, on one table, and Bimal Prasad came, and he don't know, he just as innocently just took mango and ate. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw this. Bimal, what are you doing this? It is not offered to the Lord. How you can take? It's mildly told. Bimal Prasad, this is what the thing. So without offering to the Lord, we shouldn't take anything. And then he took this to his heart. And for the whole life, he took a vow, Dridavrat, I will not eat mango again. I will not eat mango. So after Prabhupada would quote this in his lectures with his devotees, he says when he went to meet his Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada went to meet Bhaktisiddhant Thakur. So they used to offer some fruits. In that there will be mango, few fruits of pieces of mango also. Then Bhaktisiddhant Thakur would tell this, no, I cannot eat mango. I am an offender. How can I take this without offering the Lord? I took mango. I cannot do this. Maybe in next lifetime when I come, maybe that offense may be eradicated, so I can take that. So this is the mood of Bhaktisiddhant Thakur, Dridavrat. So whatever vow he takes, he would follow this till a lifetime. So I was just thinking when we will get at this mood, Dridavrat, to follow the instructions of my spiritual master. So at the age of 7, so Bhaktisiddhant Thakur or Bimal Prasad at that time, so he mastered the whole Bhagavad Gita. Not just remembered all the slokas, but he would give discourses in various versions on each and every sloka of Bhagavad Gita. He mastered Sanskrit, astrology, mathematics, astronomy. So while he was in school hearing the lectures, so he would read Prardhana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika of Narottam Das Thakur. And one of his teachers found him. And till telling to Bimal Prasad, hey Bimal Prasad, what are you doing here? This is not the time to read all these stuffs. You have to read mathematics, all these stuffs. This is not the time. And Bimal Prasad told, no, I want to read this. And the teacher asked a question. So, okay, if you want to read, answer my question. Then the teacher asked one question. And very beautifully, very nicely, he answered that question. And later what he did after that, he told one more question. The next question may be this. He changes the question and told the answer for that also. Then he asked, teacher, so can I read these books right now? Okay, go ahead, what to do? Then Bimal Prasad started reading those books. And all the teachers, they were amazed with the intellect of this wonderful child, Bimal Prasad. Were amazed with this intellect and gave him a title called Siddhanta Saraswati when he was less than 10 years old. His teachers gave him title. And he has a photographic memory. He would hear once, he would remember everything. Just hearing once or reading once, he would remember everything. He will not forget like this. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur would give some articles and magazines for Bhaktisiddhant Thakur, Bimal Prasad, to do proofreading. So whether they're right or wrong, Bhaktivinoda Thakur would give this service of proofreading. And on purpose later, so he went to college, vagera. So on purpose, so he dropped off from the college. He didn't take the certificate from the college. So why? So he was beforehand prepared. I want to dedicate my life for the service of mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If at all I would get degree, what happened? My parents would get me married. So let me stop my degree. So he didn't take degree also. He stopped his college in between. and he wants to be celibate the whole life and engage in the service of the Lord. And in this college, he established a club for all the boys who want to be a lifelong celibate. In the college. Can you imagine? In the college. And many boys came up. Yes, we also want to be a celibate the whole life. And only few of them were in the pursuit of devotional aspects, in the pursuit of a spiritual life. But most of them came in the mood of dedicating their lives for the freedom fighting, to get the independence to India. So in that mood, some of them came to this club. But to our amusement, the only person left in the club finally was Bhaktisiddhant Thakur, Bimal Prasad. Everyone left later, got married and everyone left. And Bhaktisiddhant Thakur so wanted some money and do some job to sustain himself before dedicating, before joining Brahmacharya Ashram. So he wanted to do some job and get some money. So he got a job from the Tripura king. So what the job was? So Bimal Prasad used to teach Sanskrit to the son of the king of Tripura. Means he used to teach Sanskrit to the prince of Tripura. And he used to get very nice earnings from the king, very nicely. So later, and the king also gave more assessments, more assignments. So what are those assignments? What are the services? So he told to take the history of the Tripura kings previously and write their story in the Sanskrit. And Bimal Prasad would do this very nicely. But after some time he thought, this is taking a lot of time for me. So he thought, I will resign my job and dedicate my life completely to the service of Mahaprabhu. And decided and told the same to the king of Tripura. And Tripura's king was very amazed and liked this decision of Bimal Prasad. And what he thought and what he told, I'll give you a reward. So whatever salary Bimal Prasad would get. So he told, even after till your lifetime, I would give this salary as your pension, the whole life, even though Bimal Prasad would not working. And Bimal Prasad would take this for some time, and later he refused to take. So he thought, why should I depend on some materialist in this world? No, I want to completely depend on the mercy of the Lord. So later he stopped taking this pension also. And this was his mission, and finally he became a brahmachari, means he wants to completely engaged in the service of the Lord as Mahaprabhu. And later his initiation pastime was very nice, how beautiful. So his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur instructed Bimal Prasad to go and take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Because Bhaktisiddhant Thakur is a great scholar, and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj don't know how to write his own name. And as instructed by his father, Bimal Prasad went and discussed the same thing with Gaur Kishore Das Maharaj. Maharaj, please give me initiation. And he initially rejected it. And he told, so you are a Bimal Prasad, you are Siddhanta Saraswati, you are a great scholar. How can I give initiation? Oh, great scholar, I don't know even to write my own name. How can I give? I cannot give you this. So then he told Bimal Prasad, no, this is the instruction of my father, your Siksha Guru, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So please give me initiation. So then Gaur Kishore Das Maharaj thought, okay, theek, since he told, let me take into consideration. Okay, come tomorrow. Let me check. So I'll go talk to Gauranga and we'll let you know. So he went home, and next day he comes. He asks for initiation. Again he'll tell, no, I forgot to ask Mahaprabhu. Let comes again. So I repeated this number of times to check Saraswati Thakur, how much is dedicated to take initiation from him. So he repeated number of times. Finally, Bimal Prasad threw the ultimatum. So he told, if at all, if you don't give me initiation, I'll drown in this Ganga, I'll die. And he's about to go also. Then Gaur Kishore Das Maharaj stopped him. Wait. I'm satisfied with you. I was very happy with you. Come, I'll give initiation. Then he gave initiation, chanted the mantra in his ears. So the initiated name, what he got is Sri Varsha Bhanavi Devi Daita Das. Huge name. This is the initiated name of Bhaktisiddhant Thakur. So what is the meaning of this name? Sri means addressing Sri Varsha Bhanavi Devi Daita Das. So the one what is Varsha Bhanavi Devi? Who is he? Varsha Bhanavi is Radharani. So Daita means that person who surrendered to Varsha Bhanavi. Who is that person surrendered to Varsha Bhanavi? Radharani is Krishna. And Bhaktisiddhant Thakur got this name. So he is the Das or the servant of Krishna who surrendered to Varshabhanavi, that is Srimati Radharani. So this is the initiated name which Saraswati Thakur got. So in his life, Srila Bhaktisiddhant Thakur would follow few principles. Many principles were there, few would like to mention. So whenever he gets some prasad, sweet, sambar, rice, roti, sabji, vagera. So what he would do, he would mix everything. He'll not change. He'll mix everything and eat. So when asked, he told, Maharaj, why are you doing this? He told, see, now there is sweet rice. There is sambar. If I like sweet, I'll take more. This is very nice. This is not good. So I will distinguish. But everything is prasad of Lord. How can I distinguish? So this is not proper. So he would mix everything and think, yeah, this is the prasad of the Lord, and he would eat it. So every time, whatever prasad he gets, he would do this. So this is one of the principles he would follow. And he's very known as a Simha Guru. He would enforce everyone to chant 64 rounds. So if anyone don't chant 64 rounds, he'll tell he is patit. Even for Grihasthas, he would enforce this principle. Everyone should chant 64 rounds. And Grihasthas would tell, Maharaj, it's not possible for us to chant 64 rounds. We have various activities to do. We have to take care of family, we have job, vagera, vagera. Then Maharaj will tell Saraswati Thakur, you make your life in such a way that you would chant 64 rounds and then do your other activities. So he's so very much surrendered, very nice to this principle of chanting 64 rounds. But Srila Prabhupada is very merciful. He reduced it. So there is a beautiful conversation between the devotees and Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada would tell, my spiritual master would chant 64 rounds and he wants everyone to chant 64 rounds. And whoever is not chanting 64 rounds, he is a patit. He is not reclaimed. But it is the situation in the foreign, when the discussion between Prabhupada and his foreign disciples. And foreign disciples were telling this. So Prabhupada is completely impossible for us. And Prabhupada is very, very merciful. So he told, okay, not 64 rounds, okay, 32 rounds. 32 rounds, Prabhupada, no, please reduce. Okay, 16 rounds. 16 rounds, Prabhupada, it's completely impossible. No, you cannot chant. 16 rounds, fine, I'll no more less. 16 rounds is beautiful. Then he made a statement. Since we are sincerely, without any duplicity, we are chanting minimum 16 rounds and engage in the service of the Lord the whole day in preaching. So definitely we'll get the mercy of my spiritual master and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Don't worry. You chant minimum 16 rounds, he told, minimum. Not maximum, minimum 16 rounds, and engage in the service of the Lord without any duplicity. And we'll get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. And he was so with the principle that Lord has a form. So whenever Saraswati Thakur would see some Mayavadis, or whenever Mayavadis would see Saraswati Thakur, they will take the turn and go away. And Saraswati Thakur would chase them, catch them, and push, move them. Why you people are rejecting the form of the Lord? You foolish man, you have the form. Your child has a form. Your father has a form. Why not Krishna has a form? So he would chastise them every left and right. And he would tell them, you surrender to the form of the Lord. So first what these Mayavadis would do, they would surrender to the form of Bhaktisiddhant Thakur. Then surrender to the form of the Lord. And they would take initiation from the Saraswati Thakur and practice the holy names of the Lord. And they would become devotees like this. And one more principle what Saraswati Thakur would follow is this. So whenever some devotee sings, he would easily able to identify whether this devotee has a proper purity or not. So whenever he sees a devotee with a wonderful qualities or skills of playing the instruments and wonderful skills of playing or singing very nice bhajans or songs, so Prabhupada would not give them even if there is no purity in it. So even the person devotee who don't know how to sing properly, who don't know how to play kartal properly, but if he has that devotion, that purity, so Saraswati Thakur would give kartal to him to sing nicely, even though it is not possible. This is one of the principles what Saraswati Thakur would follow. And not only this, is not only Simha Guru. And so these are the various principles Saraswati Thakur would follow. And there are very wonderful qualities of Saraswati Thakur. So one of the quality all of us know is like a Simha Guru, like a thunderbolt, very strong, like a thunderbolt in preaching Mahaprabhu's mission as it is. So how one of the incident to prove this, so every day Bhaktivinoda Thakur would go and give lectures. So one day Bhaktivinoda Thakur couldn't go for the program. So he told Bimal Prasad to go and give the lecture. And when he went to the lecture, there are thousands of people sitting. And he would crash all the other philosophies to the powder and establish this Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. We have to worship him. And because of this strong preaching, what happened? The count would reduce. 1,000, 500, 100, 50, finally only 1 or 2 will stay. And after giving the nice class, he will go and give report to his father, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So Vinod Thakur would ask, how's the preaching, how's the class, everything. He told, no, very nice. So how many were there in the class? 2 people. 2 people? When Bhakti Vinod Thakur will go, so thousands of people sitting, 2,000, 1,000. Now he's telling 2 people. Then Bimal Prasad tells, initially there are 1,000 people, so later it reduces to 2. So Saraswati Thakur's preaching is so ferocious, just like a simha, just like a lion. He was roar, because at that time they did not have mics like this. He used to shout like so that 1,000 people can hear. So much roaring. So he would not compromise on the principles of devotional service, on the principle of that Lord has a form and has to worship him. So in this he would be like a thunderbolt in preaching the mission of Srila Prabhupada and the Mahaprabhu. And later, once upon a time, what happened? So along with how we can know the pastime of Prabhupada, that he used to go in the morning walks along with his disciples. Even Saraswati Thakur also has this similar pastime. So it's called Japa walk. So he used to go walk with his disciples. So on the beach, all the time, every day, one old man comes and chastises Saraswati Thakur. Why are you preaching the message so ferociously, so loudly? It is not the right thing. He would chastise Saraswati Thakur every single day. And the disciples around would see, hey, person, what are you doing? What are you doing, old man? You will chastise. Then Saraswati Thakur, no, please, keep quiet. Keep quiet. And this would happen every single day. Saraswati Thakur very calm. Is not telling anything. Just taking the chastising from this old man. So one day, it's just going on the same thing. They're going on a walk. And this old man didn't come. Saraswati Thakur asked his disciples, so where has this old man went? Then disciples told, this old man with this arrogance, this old man died. Very good news. Then Saraswati Thakur kept his head down. He was feeling bad. He told, Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj, what happened? Why are you feeling bad? Then he told, my dear friend left me. Dear friend? He was chastising you daily. How will be your dear friend? Then he told, so that entity which keeps the living entity in this material world forever is that false ego. And this old man comes every single day. He would crush my false ego every single day. And so that's why he's my best friend. He's helping me to get out of this material world. Of course, he's telling with the humility. He's a Nitya-Siddha. He would tell this. So whoever chastises in our life, he's our best friend. And especially, at least not superior, at least not, even if we not take the chastisement from the equals or juniors, you can give this opportunity to our superiors at least. I'm trying to do this, but it's very, very difficult to get our false ego crushed. Very difficult. So this is a nice pastime. And later, not only is very hard like a thunderbolt, but his heart is very, very soft. Very, very soft, like a butter. So one day what happened? So when Saraswati Thakur started preaching, he established various mutts, Gaudiya mutts all over the world. So in Kolkata, there was one Chaitanya mutt, Gaudiya mutt. So when all the devotees are staying very nicely and doing the service various. So all the devotees in the courtyard, they used to sleep every day, single day, night. And there was a jackfruit tree. They would sleep nicely every day. And after a few days, when they wake up, the jackfruit was missing. And they thought, how it's missing? And the next day they sleep. And one more day, next day, once again jackfruit was missing. And this happened number of times. So they thought some thief is coming into our mutt, in our temple, in our courtyard, and stealing the jackfruit from the tree. So devotees thought, okay, he's coming in the night. So let's do one thing. In the afternoon, let us take rest. In the evening, when he comes, let us catch him and find him. So what they did the same thing. So in the afternoon, they slept. In the night, they didn't sleep to find out that the two catch that thief. But the thief is very intelligent. They got to know the plan of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So what he did, in the afternoon he came. He came in the afternoon, so stolen that jackfruit. In the night he didn't come. All the devotees were waiting. Why this person is not coming, not coming? And they don't know this. So they thought, okay, we'll do one thing. All the devotees will sleep in the night only, but one or two devotees can be awake in the night. So that this plan don't know, the thief don't know this plan. So he thought this, okay, everyone are sleeping, all the devotees, let me go inside. So similarly, he thought to grab and steal the jackfruit. And one devotee was awake. He found the thief. Thief, thief, thief! He shouted everyone. Everyone woke up, caught the thief. And they thought, let him chastise him nicely, beat him. He's stealing the property of our Lord, jackfruit. And then elder devotee told, no, don't chastise him, don't do anything. Let us bring this thief to the Saraswati Thakur. Let him decide what to do. So all the devotees, with full of anger, got hold of the thief, dragged him to Saraswati Thakur. And he told, Saraswati Thakur, see, this is the thief. So we are every day telling, right, our jackfruit was missing. This is the thief, our jackfruit. He is stealing our Lord's property. So you please decide what to do. Then Saraswati Thakur nicely, mildly started speaking with the thief. He asked his name, he told his name. He asked what is his place, where he is from. He told his place. So where are his family members? That is the place. He told everything nicely. And he asked this thief, why you are stealing? Why you are doing this thievery? Then he told, I have my family and I don't have money. So I will steal this and feed them. He would ask Saraswati Thakur. Saraswati Thakur would ask a thief, so this jackfruit, how long it will stay? He told 1 week. 1 week, all of it will sustain on this jackfruit. But Saraswati Thakur was thinking, how jackfruit can fulfill a belly, hungry belly? It's not possible. It's not possible. So he told all the devotees, please bring one full meal prasadam with all items and feed this thief. And thief had prasad very nicely. And he was touched by this incident of Saraswati Thakur. And he asked, so he would take jackfruit every day to his home also. Then Saraswati Thakur asked, what about your family? Please take prasadam also for your family to full meal. All the payasam, everything, roti, sabji, everything. So he packed a whole prasadam for his family for the next 1 week. It's a huge luggage. But this thief cannot carry that. So Saraswati Thakur told his disciples, so accompany this thief to his house to carry prasadam. And they went to the house of this thief. And they knocked the door, tick, tick. And the thief's family members opened the door. They were shocked. What this person has done. So many people came along with the thief. What then? Everyone with dhoti, kurta, kanti, tilak, with the danda, sannyasi danda, everyone were there. Just think what he has done. Then this thief told all the incident. So this is what happening. Whatever jackfruit I was bringing to you, it was jackfruit which I was stolen from the Gaudiya Math. And he told the whole incident. This Saraswati Thakur helped us in this way and got it. Prasadam for all of us for the next whole week. And you know what happened? All the family members of the thief were touched by this activity of Saraswati Thakur. And what they did, the next day, all the family members of the thief, along with the thief, came to the Gaudiya Math and surrendered their lives unto the lotus feet of Saraswati Thakur. And they took initiation from Saraswati Thakur. And they started chanting the glories of the Lord every single day. So this is the kindness of Saraswati Thakur. He is not strong like thunderbolt, but also very, very kind, very, very kind-hearted. And there are various glories of Saraswati Thakur. So after later, so we know he wants to start preaching. So he wants empowerment. He wants the empowerment from the Lord. So what he would do? So he chanted for 10 years continuously. Every single day, 192 rounds. That is 3 lakh names every single day. In Bhajan Kutir, all of us went to the Bhajan Kutir of Saraswati Thakur. There he would chant every single day for 22, 23 hours. And would eat only after finishing his 192 rounds. So he would call out for the Lord for chanting, for getting empowerment from the Lord to push on this movement. And Gaur Kishore Das Mamaji Maharaj would say, after looking at this bhajan of Saraswati Thakur, his spiritual master, Gaur Kishodas Maharaj would say that after looking at this Saraswati Thakur, so Saraswati Thakur's bhajan and renunciation would resemble the bhajan and renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami. So you can imagine, spiritual master is glorifying the disciple. This is what the glory of our Saraswati Thakur. And Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur were very much absorbed in chanting the glories of the Lord, singing stotras, paying obeisances number of times. And all these activities would remind Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj about the Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami, as usual, he used to chant 22.5 hours every single day. That is 192 rounds. And he would take only little buttermilk once in 2-3 days. And he would pay 1,000 obeisances every day to the deities of the Lord. And 2,000 obeisances to the Vaishnavas. So in this way, 3,000 obeisances the whole day for all the Vaishnavas and the deities. So it's technically called Chappan Danda. This means 22.5 hours. Raghunath Das Goswami would chant the glories of the Lord, means the holy names of the Lord, and only 1.5 hour he would sleep. Even in his sleep, he would remember Radha Krishna and nothing else. And in this way, 24 hours he was in the service of the Lord, thinking about the Lord all the time. And would go to the various pastimes of the Lord and call out for Radha Rani. Radha Rani, Kothai, where are you? Where are you? Without you, with separation from you, I am not able to live in this world. Please come in front of me, give me your darshan. So this is the same mood what Saraswati Thakur would have, which recognized by his spiritual master, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And he would, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj would tell, Amar Prabhu, he is my Prabhu, he is my Prabhu. He was very, very happy with the renunciation bhajan, intensity of bhajan of Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur. And later, so Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur, so he sent one of his brahmachari disciple. So his name is Srila Bhakti Pragnan Keshav Maharaj. Who is he? He is a sannyas guru of our dear Srila Prabhupada. So when he was a brahmachari, his name is Vinod Bihari Das. So Bhaktisiddhant Thakur sent this Vinod Bihari Prabhu to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and take his darshan. So at that time, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, most of the time, he will be at near the river of Ganges and chanting the holy names of the Lord. But many materialists would come and disturb the bhajan or Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, please, Maharajji, please keep your hand on me so that I'll get a nice wife, I'll get nice wealth, I'll get a nice position in politics, vagera, vagera, vagera. And because of these disturbances, he was completely very bad felt very bad. And he went to the public toilet, dirty public toilet. He would sit there and chant the holy names of the Lord so that no one would come and disturb him. Even though someone comes for the blessings, material blessings from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he would not open the door. And someone is sitting in the public toilet and not opening the door. What will do? They will go back. And that was the time when this Maharaj or Vinod Bihari came and he knocked the door of public toilet and he asked, knock the door, Hare Krishna Maharaj, please give me the entrance. And Gaur Kishore Das Maharaj told, who is this? Then the Vinod told, Maharajji, I am the disciple of His Holiness Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur. And after hearing this, he immediately opened the door and pulled him inside and closed the door. And they would have a nice Krishna Katha in the public toilet. So in this way, so they have wonderful loving relationship. So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj would love Saraswati Thakur so much. And after initiation of Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur, so he took the dust from the lotus feet of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and he put on his head. So there in one of the commentary he says, in one of the lectures, Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur, that after keeping the dust of my spiritual master on my head, lifetimes of ignorance was eradicated. And he's telling that moment completely surrendered to his spiritual master. So in this way, both of them has wonderful love and surrender to each other. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And after doing this wonderful bhajan of chanting 1 billion names, holy names, that is every single day 192 rounds, 3 lakh names. So while doing so So one devotee from Kolkata, he comes and in search of Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur around 1916, around that time. So 1914, Bhaktivinoda Thakur left this material world, and then later in 1915, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj also left. So there was no shelter at the time, so he used to alone bhajan for the empowerment. And one devotee came in search of Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur, and no one knows where Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati. He's in a seclusion, he's chanting these holy names. And this devotee was asking, where is Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur? Where is he? Where is he? And told no one knows. But there is one mad person all the time singing and dancing without the clothes on. He's just dancing, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai. And this person went to that person. He found out he is Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur. And he approached Saraswati Thakur and asked him, please come. What are you doing here? Please come to Kolkata and start preaching. And Saraswati Thakur would tell, hey, what are you doing? You are not able to see the Leela of Panchatattva around you. You just chant. Everything, they'll send everything. You don't worry. So he'd go back to bhajan once again. And when he is chanting in his vision, so Saraswati Thakur would see that Panchatattva were dancing around him. First Mahaprabhu, then Nityananda Prabhu, and all the other associates. Panchatattva would dance. And after some time, all the 6 Goswamis would also join the party of Sankirtan in the vision of Saraswati Thakur. And later, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his Guru Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj also, they were doing all these pastimes in the vision of Saraswati Thakur. And they told Saraswati Thakur, what are you doing here? Bhajan, we sent you here to preach. What are you doing here? You go and start preaching. Then he told, no, I need empowerment from you. How can I go without your empowerment? You don't worry. We'll send you the needed people. I don't have human power. They told, we'll send you power. You don't worry. We'll send you the people. You go and start preaching. Then Saraswati Thakur, after finishing his bhajan, he took sannyas from the photo of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not there. His spiritual master was also there, not there. And there is not enough qualified Vaishnavas around to take sannyas. So he took saffron clothes from the photo of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and he went back to Kolkata to the same person who approached Saraswati Thakur before. And he told, open the door. Now I am ready for preaching. And he started his glorious explosion of preaching of Gaudiya Maths. And he established 64 Maths. And later, one after the other, Lord used to send many wonderful devotees to preach, spread this movement. And one of those is our dear Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So later, after his pastimes, in 1937, 1st January, 5 o'clock, so Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur left this material world, wind up his pastimes to enter in the Golok Vrindavan. So there was one nice story, so I'd like to conclude with that story. So there was a brahmachari in the Gaudiya Math. Lifelong he was a brahmachari, so he was quite young itself. So when he was quite young, so he was threatened, he was suffering with a threatening illness. He was suffering very badly. And at that point of time, he asked Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj, so I want to visit my house once. Please give me permission. Then he told, no, you shouldn't go to your house. You be here and die here. Don't go house. If you go to house, you remember your family members. Your mother is very, very affectionate. And because of your affectionate brother, she will tell you, please stay here. You are there till now you are there in the ashram only. Please stay with me till your death, please be here. And with your affectionate mother, you will be again come into the clutches of this material affection and live your body in that way. I don't want this. And this was heartbreaking to this disciple. He was not able to take this to this heart. How Guru Maharaj would not give permission for me to go back to home and I'll come back again. This was his thought process. And Saraswati Thakur would not give permission for him. And finally his notice of death came from the doctors. So he would live in another 2-3 days. That's the thing. And means one of the thing which we can understand is the brahmachari has still some affection, attachment to his family members. Even the whole life he was in the ashram. So later his time came out that in another 2-3 days he will leave the body. And Saraswati Thakur got to know this. Then he told all the other disciples of Saraswati Thakur, instructed that now you take this brahmachari to his home to Kolkata. Now he's about to leave his house. Now you take him to the house. Then he was telling, no, 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 I can't go, don't want to go now. I am going to die. I want to die in the Dham, Mayapur. I want to die here in the temple, in the Dham. Why you are telling this? No, go now. And instructed all the disciples to take him. And disciples were carrying this dying person to Kolkata to his home. And on the way, this brahmachari left the body. On the way. Then all the disciples, remaining disciples came and asked Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj, why have you done this? Why have you done this? Initially he wants to go, he didn't say, you didn't say. Now you asking him to tell. After questioning this like this, and Saraswati Thakur, from his eyes tears started flowing down. Then he told, if we would have left body here, he would have left thinking about his mother, thinking about his relatives, and would have taken one more birth and suffer again in this material world. Now, when he's going home, even though he's away from the Dham, on the way to Kolkata to his home, he's always thinking about the Mayapur Dham. He's always thinking about the Dham. In that consciousness, now he left the body. And just this is the right destination. Then all the disciples were satisfied. We couldn't understand your pastime, Guru Maharaj. Sorry for this. So one thing what you understand from this nice story is that even as a brahmachari, at that time, still some contamination is there. So as brahmacharis, as practicing brahmacharis, all of us also may have some contamination. We left many things. We left money, women, many things. But still some contamination will be there. So what is that contamination? Puja, labha, pratishtha, which all of us are suffering. Many great people left the movement because of this. Some money here and there, some clashes with the money, or some pride, vagera. So these are the tinges of anarthas which are there as renunciants. And these are the block for us to progress on the path of Krishna consciousness. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, and especially when you take brahmachari ashram as a full time, initially our goal is this, I want to attain Krishna, this very life. That is what's the goal actually. And that should be the one. But later on, I was seeing in my life personally, slowly services increases. And devotees, many people come, start give respecting Prabhuji, vagera. And slowly, the goal of life, instead of going back to Godhead, it will change to get name, fame, prestige. The goal is completely removed and some other goal established in the heart. And at the end of the life, we are hankering for this only and take one more birth and live once again. So Saraswati Thakur was very anxious about his disciple that he shouldn't take one more the birth once again in this material world. He has to go back home this very life. And number of times all of us heard that Saraswati Thakur would tell this. So this material world is like a toilet. We'll stay in the toilet. No, we'll finish our business and move from here. Get out of from here. So this is one of the important lesson all of us also can take as a brahmacharis, that this life we have to finish our business. No more next life. And number of times Prabhupada would tell this in our highest authority is Prabhupada. And in various, Prabhupada gives his books, lectures. So in the Bhakti Vaibhav course also recently, so His Grace Vamshivadam Prabhu was nicely mentioning. So how the gradation should take place in the teachings of Prabhupada. The highest is the books. In the books, Prabhupada has given everything. So next is lectures, next letters, conversations, vagera. So in the number of purports, Srila Prabhupada would mention. So you have to finish this business of Krishna consciousness in this life and go back home, back to Godhead. So I got few purports. If your time permits, I'd like to mention few of them. So he tells, and I was reading this, 2nd Canto, 7th chapter, verse number 3, in translation, Prabhupada will tell this. The Lord then appeared as the Kapila incarnation, being the son of Prajapati, Brahmana, Kardama, and his wife, Devhuti, along with 9 other women, sisters. He spoke to his mother about self-realization, by which in that very lifetime, she became cleansed of the mud of the material modes and thereby achieved liberation, the path of Kapila. And the same purport he tells. The antiseptic potency of devotional service to the Lord is so great that it can neutralize the material infection even in the present life of a devotee. A devotee does not need to wait for his next birth for complete liberation. Means stressing the importance or the urgency of human form of life. Yesterday Prabhuji was sharing a nice lecture from Radhana Swami Maharaj lecture. So just, even Srila Prabhupada would mention this, giving the urgency factor of human form of life. Having got this form, let's us completely use this body in the service of the Lord and go back home, back to Godhead. Take complete shelter of the Lord immediately. So I like to read that whole lecture of Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He would tell, Srila Prabhupada stressed the urgency to surrender to Krishna. Every line of his books, every sentence of his tapes, you would hear him urgently, just pleading with you and me to take Krishna consciousness seriously. Death, tragedy can come at any moment. And the greatest tragedy is that our faith is stolen away by Maya and her various agents, which can come in many forms. There is no comfortable position when we are secure in material existence. We are like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. Kamala dala jala jivana talamala bajahu paripada nitire. Our life is compared to that. Our position in society, our health, our family members, our friends, everything in this world that exists is like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. It is going to fall and we don't know when. It often happens at the least expected moment. Srila Prabhupada used the example of the goats that are on the way to the slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse person is very expert at pacifying the goats so that they very happily and peacefully go to the chopping block by providing nice grass. The line of goats, they are just eating grass and they are enjoying, and the closer they get, the grass gets nicer and nicer the more they close they get. The goats in front of them are getting their heads cut off, but they don't see that. They just see the grass. Srila Prabhupada said, that is how Maya is orchestrating the entire material existence. Don't be a foolish goat just trying to be happy and enjoy the comforts of this world, the comforts of this family life, or a nice little floor in the Brahmachari ashram. Very nicely quotes this. We should know that any facility to enjoy in this material world is Maya's trick to somehow or other distract away from the urgent need to be Krishna conscious. Listen carefully to Srila Prabhupada's voice. When you listen to his lectures, there is always that deep sense of trying to give us the feeling of urgency. It has to be done now. We have to take shelter of Krishna. We have to surrender to Krishna. We have to give up our petty disagreements and work together, because the world is being condemned by the direction of modern society. Srila Prabhupada's miracle was connected to that urgency within him. So we all know Srila Prabhupada has done a wonderful miracle. So what is the secret of the miracle? This statement says, Srila Prabhupada's miracle was connected to that urgency within him. They became empowered. They were lazy hippies sleeping on the streets, never worked a day in their life. Then by contact with Srila Prabhupada, they were out distributing books 15 hours a day outside in the blizzard winters of the New York City. And the only reason why they came home is for Mangalarti and to chant their rounds. They did this for years in the American cities and airports where practically no one is favorable. They risked their lives. Someone is getting beaten up, getting blasphemous, but they were so enthusiastic. How did Srila Prabhupada transform these people? What is the reason? Because he gave them that sense of the urgency to surrender to Krishna. If we are convinced of the urgency to take Srila Prabhupada's message to heart today, Srila Prabhupada will empower us to do incredible things. So this is the secret. And sometime later I was given an order. We need more devotees in the temple. Go out and preach. So then, so I remember when I was a pujari, so Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj in short. So he was a pujari. He used to do pujari seva day and night. But he has a desire to preach. And later, after some point of time, Prabhupada gave the instruction to Radhanath Swami Maharaj in this way. And sometime later, I was given order, is narrating. We need more devotees in the temple. Go out and preach. I never asked. And who was I? From New Vrindavan. Who was I? From New Vrindavan. I smelt like a cow because I would milk cows. I had no dhoti that I had one dhoti that had holes in it, an old blanket from the World War II army that had holes in it. I was told to preach, very little education. I went to one semester of junior college. Means if he didn't finish his education also, just one semester of his college. And here I was in university speaking to PhD candidates. And they would be sitting and rapt attention, challenging and being defeated. And I was thinking, what's happening? Who is doing it? I'm a fool. I don't know very much. I don't know anything. But if we somehow or other feel that urgency, Srila Prabhupada could do everything through any of us. So this is the secret. Urgency factor of this human form of life. We're gonna end this life one time or the other. So understanding this human form of life is very rare, and I want to attain Krishna this very life. I want to go back to Godhead this very life. Cultivating that desire. So there is one more beautiful purport where Prabhupada says in 1 to 17. So there he says, the Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than what we can desire. The thing is, most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a few men want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. So one cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all the sins. So the material sins are products of our desire to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to come out of desires, to get rid of these desires. So women and wealth are very, very difficult problems. Especially for a brahmachari, we see many great stalwart devotees. Because of, in the matter of money, they left ISKCON, started their own organization. Only because of money. And even women. They have very, very difficulties for a devotee making progress on the path. Back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when is helped by the Lord himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. And many beautiful purports are there. So who can go back to Godhead? What is the criteria? From Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, 15.5 translation. Nirmana Moho Jita Sangasya, that translation where Krishna says, those who are free from false prestige, illusion and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered know how to surrender unto me, and those people who attain that eternal kingdom. And who are those devotees? Who are those sincere devotees? And one more patwan from Srimad Bhagavatam, 1.6.26 purport. So Krishna, Prabhupada writes, who are those sincere devotees? So sincere devotees are those who have no desire for material gain. They are conducted by one single desire, and that is to go back to Godhead. This avoids them in due course on quitting the material body. Because all of us have this problem, and we go to our superiors and discuss with them. I have so many anarthas, I want to come out of this. How to come out of this? Come out of this contamination of material desires. Those Prabhupada gives the answer here. Because they have the highest aim of life, going back to Godhead, they are never envious of others. Somehow, this is the whole thing which keeps us in this material world. We are envious of Krishna, and obviously we are envious of others in this world also. So what is the solution? Having that highest aim of life, going back to Godhead, what happens? Such sincere devotees are never envious of anyone, nor are they proud of being eligible to go back to Godhead. Their only business is to chant and remember the holy name, fame and pastimes of the Lord. And this line is very important. And according to personal capacity, to distribute the message for others' welfare without motive of material gain. And 1.5.18, Prabhupada says, one should not therefore waste time with these flimsy things. What are the flimsy things? Material desires, getting some name, fame, prestige, money, women. So what should you do? One should only endeavor to go back to Godhead. That should be the mission of everyone's life. So like this, various beautiful purports are there. So on this auspicious day of Saraswati Thakur's appearance, so we can take various learnings from Saraswati Thakur. So one of the learning which we can take is cultivating the desire to go back home, back to Godhead, that eternal devotional service to the Lord. So for which all these great personalities came into this material world, to give up this Krishna consciousness. So if we can become nice pure devotee, so that is the best service what we can do for the whole parampara. So on this auspicious day we can desire and cultivate. So whatever I speak, I'm just speaking. I also want to personally follow all these stuffs. So would request all of you to please pray and bless me. So also whatever I speak, I can implement in my life. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhaktisiddhant Saraswati Thakur ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.